So I see Attack on Titan 130 something spoilers trending on Twitter, and my only question is I thought that ended legitimately. I read a chapter 8 months ago that seemed like it was that's the end.
Isn't the dude dead? The kid, the guy?
Oh, I thought you meant the author. I was like, oh, fuck.
Man, I mean...
Oh, he's dead on the inside.
Morally dead.
Yeah. No, it got real. There was a twist and it got real good towards the end. But I legit thought it was over, and I guess it's not.
Bro, it's a cash cow.
So, I'm confused. Welcome to Paramecia Fancast, the One Piece fancast, where we review the latest chapter of One Piece and have a different One Piece discussion every single week. My name is John, and I'm very confused. I thought Attack on Titan was over.
My name is Franz, and I'm not confused because I have no skin in the game, but wish Attack on Titan was over.
Hey. Yeah, no, we're not here for Attack on Titan.
God, no. This isn't an Attack on Titan hate cast.
Yeah.
What a concept.
This is a different kind of cast. We got one. Let's just jump into this shit because it's fucking look.
It's packed. No jokes today.
Yeah, we're there's gonna be some funnies along the way. But there's some interesting developments that happen at the end of this chapter that
I'll give y'all one for free. What's the deal?
yeah, here's one for free.
I can't even finish it. I don't know. My name's not Jerry Seinfeld.
What's the deal with people misgendering?
That's truly the discussion, but we'll get there when we get there.
Well, yeah, we'll get there.
Chapter 984, My Bibble.
My Bibble. My Biblioteca.
Yeah, my library. Donde está la biblioteca? What we open up with is Volume 30, Gang Beige's Oh My Family. And, I'm kind of surprised it's not the end, but I'm also excited to see it continue. We get Pound bandaged and crying, going up to both of them, just it's me, I'm your father. And they're just looking at him.
We get the eyes bulging Eneru face,
Because, to be honest, this we love Pound here. This is a Pound respect zone. But if we can put one foot outside the zone real quick, he's kind of an ugly motherfucker. So he walks up to you and is like, I'm your father.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what? Who now? The only father here is him. They point back to Beige, Big Father.
He's the father of all fathers. He invented being a father.
Yeah.
So how could you possibly be a father? Checkmate.
Checkmate, atheists. I do love little Pez with his little hat being like, yeah, Grandpa. Because Pez knows. Pez is on the same wavelength. He's like, all right.
Pez has the voice of all things, actually.
Yeah. Pez is Uranus, actually. You fucking feeble-minded fools.
He'll crush everyone with his intellectual capabilities.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. No, this is good. I agree with you. I thought that this would be the end. I'm surprised it's not, actually. But I'm excited to see where this goes, because I've seen a lot of people thinking maybe this will lead them towards Elbaf in some way. Because everybody's still stuck on, a lot of people I see when they talk about Lola, they're constantly stuck on the fact that she was engaged to Loki, the prince from Elbaf.
True.
And she just called it off. But we got that information from Big Mom, and Big Mom was such an unreliable narrator.
Right, it might have been mutual.
Yeah, I don't really believe.
She was biased for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of contradictions with what other characters say, and then what Big Mom says. That it's very obvious that it's okay, there's we can't take her word 100.
Big Mom, not necessarily trustworthy.
Yeah.
We
But
open up
I mean,
though.
it would be cool if they go to Elbaf. But
That's true.
I hope they end up in Wano. But yes, take me away.
A great escape. We open up with our boy, Sonny. I forget his last name. Skrillex.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that fucking weird? Like Skrillex's like actual name is Sonny.
Is it really?
Yeah, like I'm not shitting you. His name's like Sonny some
Sonny
shit.
John Moore.
Yeah, like of all things. Hey, Sonny John. Sonny John. So we got Sonny John Moore over here saying he's holding ulti, like, sis, snap out of it. And he calls everyone around them incompetents. The rest of you incompetents, go call a medical team. And, you know, he's cursing Yamato after Yamato did as the kids say, a big bonk on Ulti's head. And he keeps yelling at all the genetic freaks, saying, you better not lose sight of those two. Slow them down and tell me where they are. And...
yeah, page 1, what about you? Yeah, he took a nasty shot. Fucking Skrillex is like, good point. It hurt pretty bad. Almost loosened up my jaw a tad. And they're like, that's it? Like, what? Like, he took a gear third, like, elephant gun to the jaw, and he's just like, damn, like, yeah, that almost did some damage. Like,
yeah, like, on the next page, someone does say, like, oh, those dino motherfuckers, them dino DNA, they're really resilient. But I do want to bring up the gifter that's talking to page 1. His whole, like, nose down, his face is just a dog's head.
He's wearing like a muzzle, and the muzzle is the dog's head.
Like,
oh,
it's advanced in some kind of way.
Yeah.
But also fucked in a lot of kind of ways.
Yeah, Oda's getting real advanced with these genetic freaks.
Damn. Though, we do have Ultimate Queen, Ulti. She comes to, and she yells at me, like, get off me, medical team, and just headbutts them.
Yeah,
or, like,
I do
horns
love that he headbutts them like, gonk, gonk. And then she hits him with the early 2000s Anime Con classic.
Glomp!
Glomp!
Dude, I didn't even think that it was written there. I just said that. Oh my...
No, it is written there. Yeah, dude, Glomp. Ulti's bringing it back.
Dude, Stephen Paul, I legitimately don't think you're listening to this. But if someday you're actually listening to us and going through our backlog for some godforsaken reason...
But before you decide that you're ashamed of us,
I know you know what a yaoi paddle is.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say.
I'll leave that there. Oh man, Stephen Paul, you're the fucking best, bro.
Actually, great example of that. Ulti's like pissed and like, you know, after the whole like glump, pee. She gets really pissed.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, dude, just like rocks floating up.
She's got the JoJo like, she's like powering up,
and she's revving her engines, and she says, "Oh, and I'll get that, Yamato. You dare attempt using Master Kaido's Thunder Bagua, more like Blunder Bagua." And like as she says, the
coughs up blood,
just seeping through the mask, and like Stephen Paul, like. 10 out of 10, golf clap. I love what you've done with the pun. Because last time we discussed the chapter, last episode was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a wild ride if you haven't checked it out. God bless the King of the What Now crew. But we've got the last chapter we did a chapter discussion for 983. We talked about how Bagua is sometimes translated as 8 trigrams, like it was with Neji and in Naruto and shit. And the joke she makes in Japanese is along the lines of like, oh, how dare you use Kaido's 8 trigrams? 8 trigrams? More like 4 trigrams. And like, it gave me a, oh, haha. But like, Blunderbagua, that's same energy, but chef kiss execution.
Yes.
I do not envy Stephen Paul at all. Translating One Piece is a fucking nightmare, but boy howdy, he makes it look good.
I want, in my headcanon, Stephen Paul and Vanessa Satone, I think.
We've talked about it. We've never come to a conclusion.
I respect you very much. I just don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. But I want to believe. Yeah, we're pieces of shit. We're so sorry. I want to believe that they translated this, and in my own headcanon, they presented the final draft of the translation and lettering, and Blunderbagua was written with 2 B emojis, and they were just like, no, you're not allowed to do it. Come on, I really think the authorial intent is it's right there. Like, that's how Oda would have wanted it. Come on, guys. God damn it. All right.
Look, man, if Oda was a millennial, he'd get it, okay?
Yeah, he'd get it. No, yeah, I mean, like you said, there's been a lot of stuff that we've gone through, like the Raws and like compared, and it's like I don't envy Stephen Paul's job at all, but I very much appreciate. I think he's the best person for the job because he does such a fantastic job handling like all of these things, especially something we'll get to later in this chapter.
Yeah, and like. I'll get into it as I often do when it comes to translation. Like my forte in Japanese is more speaking, and when it comes to reading, I can read. And like what I'll usually, if I do go through the Raws, what I'll do is I'll basically do like a dictionary-less speed run of after I've read the official translation. I'll go through the Raws and just like skim through it to see like how the wording is, how the grammar is, how voicing, like all of those like smaller details. Cause like One Piece uses some weird ass vocabulary sometimes.
Yeah.
And like those of you like about a month ago when I was explaining Ulti's like speech pattern and how that was like translated, y'all saw that was like a 7-page dissertation that I just like
Discord, yeah,
like, I would not want that to be my like job for money, because the amount of anxiety I would have.
Yeah, especially after seeing that, like I see everything you wrote about like how Ulti's speech patterns are, and then like I read the chapters and I'm just like, Stephen Paul had to deal with that and got paid for that. Like, Godspeed, bro. Like, you're doing God's work.
I like, I don't listen to the One Piece podcast because I've like dropped off from podcasts recently. Ironic, I know. But I do want. I know he sometimes goes on, and I do want to hear like more about his method because it'd be like very interesting, very enlightening. Like, he gets a lot of flack just for the sake of, like, One Piece being big and a lot of One Piece fans being very combative based on a lot of things.
Yeah, he gets a lot of flack. Look, I'll fucking say it how it is. He gets a lot of flack for these fucking people that don't want to change their ways because they've been reading the scans for, like, years. That, like, I don't want to read the official scans because they're horrible. It's like, okay, what evidence do you have that they're horrible? They don't write Keikaku and then at the end of the chapter have a 7-page long translator's note. It's like, no, he does you one better. He actually translates it and localizes it.
He makes it so you don't need a translator's note. Like,
yeah.
Bro, early 2000s translating was so...
A translator's note is the crutch of a translator.
For real.
Like, if you have to have, like, translator's note is the absolute, like, last resort if you're trying to translate something and you absolutely don't know how to do it. The mark of a very professional and good translator is that they don't need a translator's note because they're able to take what is being said in the other language and convey it properly in the language they're translating to.
It's a skill. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
But let's not get into it because I've got opinions.
Yeah, we got opinions. Look, all I'm saying is if you're one of these people that's like, oh, but I like the Keikaku means plan. I just also want to point out that
it's nostalgia, dude.
In half of the fan subs, there's like, Luffy and Nami are constantly saying like fuck, and I'm like, okay,
yeah. Hard subbing is weird.
Come on, bro.
And I love the concept of everyone being like Nakama. I like the Nakama feeling, but I don't want that word being used 25/8 instead of 24/7 on my scale. Like I don't want Luffy to like point at someone and be like, "Hey, Nakama." Like it feels forced. It's contrived.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me because like, okay, I mean, we refer to him as Garfield and Odie, but like in the actual Viz translations, they're called like
Dog
Storm. They translated their names literally. Like Nekomamushi is Cat Viper and Inuarashi is Dog Storm. I'm not opposed to those names. I just think that I remember reading those first, and it's like Nekomamushi and Inuarashi. They sound cool. So I like, if I do say their names, I'll say that. But I found I found the best option calling them Garfield and Odie because that's what they are.
Exactly. That's all we need, honestly. You know, everyone gets nicknames.
Everyone gets nicknames. Yeah, Kiadi Mundi, he's gonna appear later.
Oh my god.
But let's get back into it because we got some things about this chapter. So like one of the gifters was like, page 1, Master Yamato and Straw Hat stopped, and he's like, good, and he just starts sprinting, and Ulti's like, don't leave me behind. And this is where, like you had said earlier, the gifters are like, sheesh, it's hard to believe how tough those dinosaur powers are. And it's like, that's like a throwaway line, but also I think it's Oda sort of basically confirming, like, yeah, like, ancient Zoins have a different, like, I'm
not going to ignore it.
They're on a different level.
Ancient Zoinks.
Ancient Zoinks, is that what I said?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Ancient Zoinks.
Oh, we're not cutting that. Yeah, no, it's definitely like power leveling and like in a subtler way instead of just being like instead of it being like, wow, ancient zone fruit users are definitely the cream of the crop when it comes to zone fruit users. Like it's just a lot more subtle. I appreciate
I feel like it's the same when in Impel Down when they were like, oh, these zone users are tougher, like they must be awakened, and they just left it at that. And it's like, okay, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, these dinosaur powers are tough, and tough is like bold. So it's like, okay, yeah, like ancient zones are ancient zoinks are way they have a higher like pain tolerance and shit, which is cool.
It's wild. Being in dinosaur land is wild.
Yeah, but so we got confirmation on the previous page that page 1, Master Yamato and Straw Hat have stopped. You turn the page and you see why they stopped. It's the end of last chapter. Luffy was literally like, I sense no harm coming from you. Like, I sense no evil coming from you. And Yamato was like, yeah, bro, like, I'm Kaido's son. My name's Yamato. Instantly, boom, gear 3rd. Like, what are you trying to do to me?
Though last chapter he did say, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Yeah.
And like Yamato's like not explaining anything, so like he is elephant gunning, but saying like, I'm in a hurry.
Yeah. Wait, I'm serious. I mean you no harm. I told you I'm in a hurry. Where are you trying to take me? I don't have time to waste with you, whoever you are. He's like, just hear me out. This fight scene is actually like really good. Like the choreography for the fight is like actually like fuck.
For how short it is too.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see both of them move. Because we learn a little more about Yamato, and we see like Luffy's a bit serious about getting him out of the way.
Yeah, because Luffy's like kicking and Yamato's blocking it all with his staff. And there's a cool panel at the bottom of Luffy like he's whipping around his arms to like hit Yamato. It's super cool.
It's really cool. And like Luffy the whole time is like, I'll give you 5 seconds. Yamato's like, no, people are watching. Let's go somewhere else. And Luffy's like, no! Which is surprisingly like thoughtful of Luffy to like not follow a stranger around.
Yeah.
And like the rest of the gifters are like, how are we supposed to slow Yamato down? Like, what? We can't even like get close. And Yamato calls Luffy a stubborn mule. And he says, this is only making me remember a battle from the past. In Japanese, the line's a little more like, this reminds me of a battle with him, or like that battle with him, or there's no gender specified, but like that, you'll see why I'm saying him.
Yeah, it reminds me of that battle with person
right.
reference. Yeah,
because the Japanese, that's how that works. Blah blah blah. But like it's implied that it was Yamato versus someone we'll talk about in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. I love One Piece. I love Luffy. This panel, I've had enough of you, and you can see Luffy, like it really. So it's either there's like little smoke around his fist. I think that's the new hockey. I think that's the Rio.
I do believe so, especially because like the way you're like drawn in by how the shading is hatched. You're drawn into his fist. Like it has to be for a reason.
Yeah, and his fist is not like the hardened armament hockey.
Oh,
it's like, it has the little bubble around it. Like the smoke is forming the little like white outline like around his fist. So yeah, I think Luffy's like getting the hang of it, which is making me hype.
I'm real hype.
Yeah, Luffy goes to punch Yamato, and I guess it's just assumed, like, we can't really see, but Yamato like blocks it.
He blocks with his foot.
Yeah,
because like that's his sandal.
Oh,
it took me
that's
like
his
a while.
Sandal. Yeah,
and then his like hakama sleeve. What do you call pant legs? Are they sleeves?
Pant legs. I think. I mean, well, shit. Technically, you can call them sleeves, I guess.
The pant sleeves.
What is a sleeve but just a pant leg for the arm?
You know, this is fucking me up so much harder than anything we're talking about like later in this episode.
Yeah, all of the translation shit, all of the stuff we're gonna get into at the end of the chapter, none of that holds a candle to. Fuck. Can you call pant leg sleeves? Like That's the crack theory, folks, because we genuinely don't know, and I'm fucking. My brain is torn in two.
According to Reddit, the subreddit No Stupid Questions, they're called leg sleeves. I don't believe that. That's propaganda.
That sounds like propaganda.
But
that sounds like propaganda. I don't believe that.
You know, Luffy said pant sleeves, and then there's an explosion going on. And Page 1 shows up and is immediately like, where's Yamato? There's just a giant fucking hole. They're not there. And the gifters are like, oh, we lost sight of them. And it's like, y'all had one job.
Yeah, y'all had one job. Dude, fucking wild. We switch over to performance stage, Skull Dome. And like, I love this. Okay, I don't like Momonosuke being like crucified up there. But I love this because we cut into the scene what I assume is like 20 minutes into this fucking tirade about like
his keynote presentation.
Yeah. Orochi's the shitbag Orochi's fucking like keynote TED Talk presentation about how much he hates Momonosuke.
He's talking.
I feel like it cuts in right to the center. And it's like, when you hear what it cuts in on, you know that he's nowhere near finished.
Oh,
he's
for
like,
sure.
On that very day that Kozuki Oden died, this little whelp vanished from the flaming ruins of Oden Castle. He's like, where did he go? To the future. He crossed 20 years of time and appeared in present-day Wano, the very same age as when he vanished. Toki was a witch capable of sending her vengeance into the future, and he's like, his hand has like the vein, and he's like doing the anime like twitch.
Dude, this is when your communications professor says, "Oh, the final presentation is just a presentation on anything you'd like," and one motherfucker sitting there trying to explain how like different how fucking time traveling works in different media.
Yeah.
Like everyone's sitting there like, is that real?
Yeah.
And something that one person says is very interesting. You can find little kids with top knots all over the place. Like the assumption, like they do not believe him, and that's so cathartic.
All of them are laughing like, is that even possible? Like, you can find little kids with top knots all over the place. The name Kozuki is extinct. It died ages ago. And, dude, you turn the page, this little rabbit guy, you could see it. The little rabbit guy at the bottom of this corner panel. He has a little, like, rabbit hat. You could see, like, something on the corner of that panel. Looks like somebody's shoulder.
Something a little familiar.
And you turn the page, ain't that right, brother? And then... Fucking Jinbei and Robin. God, I love this. I love this whole page. Jinbei, okay, I had said before, I was like, basically along the lines of like, if Sanji has the one horn on his head, I'm gonna be pissed and like,
but Jinbei,
I'll fucking end myself. But Jinbei having the one horn is like, so, it just fits so good.
Like
he looks like a dweeb. I love yeah, totally,
so
man, totally.
He's so out of element because he's clearly like, skater die, dude.
And he's love
like
it. Jinbei's just like, haha, yeah, totally, bro. Like that's how he's blending in because he doesn't know. And oh my god, I absolutely love Robin. She's like Robin is like, don't do it all the way up on that stage. Bring him down here so I can stab his freaking eyes out. I love I god damn it, do I need this scene animated like today, bro.
Dude, her voice, like it cannot match up in my brain, so I need it in life.
Yeah, I've said this before. Like, okay, Robin, pre-time skip, she had some funny moments, and she was always like, Oda played her real straight, like the straight man.
Post-time
skip, he turned up playing her as the straight man to like 20.
So far, where she just
I love it.
Went around and stopped being the straight man.
Yeah, she was Civ 1 Gandhi, where like his
piece was set to 0, so that actually made it 200.
Yeah, his piece was so low that it went to 0, and then went like when it went 1 down from 0, it went around the scale to the max of not peaceful.
It went like beyond, because like it was like a scale of 1 to 10, and he was like set to 256 or some shit.
Yeah. It's something with the coding, but yeah, that's basically what Robin is. She is our sweet
maximum jokester.
Our maximum jokester wife. But I love this panel of them just fucking being goofballs. Like trying to, like, Jinbei being ultra dweeb. And he's literally only blending in because of his stature and how he looks. Because, like, what he's saying is just like, totally. Yeah, totally, man. Totally.
Dude, he's such a calm.
I love it.
Like, hello, kids. How do you do?
Yeah, and I love Robin. Like, yeah, haha, bring him down here so I can stab his eyes out and kiss him on the forehead and get him out of danger.
It's so inconspicuously conspicuous, like,
yeah, I love this. I love this second half of the page though, because she's like, what do we do, boss? First thought,
we're calling him boss,
chef kiss. I love it, because at Fishman Island she called him Boss Jinbei too, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect,
because she's saying oyabun in Japanese, which is like what you call a mob boss.
Oh, It's perfect. It's perfect. God, I love Nico Robin. I can't stand to see poor Momo like this. He's like, the samurai will spring into action. Just wait. Shall I stab him, shoot him, or boil him for old time's sake? Goo ha 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 ha. It's a piece of shit. But I love Jinbei. Like, stay strong, Nico Robin. And this part got me because you could see all of them in the crowd, like the gifters, quote unquote, laughing, like ah ha ha, and all of them are just like Lord Momonosuke, and it's all the samurai. Like they've already infiltrated that deep. They're in the party already.
Oh, dude!
Like all of them. Oh, it's so good. And you see like Hyogoro like gripping the sword, like Lord Momonosuke.
He's ready to pounce.
Yeah, and man, we get some good shit with Law. Edgelord Law, dude. I every time Law uses his powers, I'm always like, this is sick.
It's really cool. Yeah, he's got a cool power.
Yeah.
So they're going to the north part. I didn't know his submarine was called the Polar Tang. That's kind of cute. Yeah. And his navigator is a fucking shy guy.
Yeah. His navigator is the mask from like Super Mario Brothers 2 with the turn.
Yeah.
That mask that flies around.
It was like, oh, get us as close to the island as you can. I got it. Talking about the currents that they talked about before were like going around Onigashima. There's like a lot of different currents.
Yeah.
And Law mentions once we surface, we only have a moment. So he calls for Beppo, Sachi, and Penguin, saying, "Are you ready?" Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. Oh! So the Akazaya, they're ready. They're prepared. And dude, the paneling in this some Twitter people are like, "Oh, Oda doesn't do like that many like 2-page spreads." And I was like, he does a lot of 2-page spreads. But just because it's not like a solid illustration doesn't mean that it's worse. This 2-page spread is so cool.
Yeah. Like, oh. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like with small brain takes about like Oda's like 2-page spreads, or like just like sometimes they'll talk about his like, I don't know. It seems to me that these people have either forgotten or haven't really read in a long time the old chapters. I would suggest going through Grant the Thief on Twitter, Grant's One Piece read through thread, like his entire read through,
his standout panel thread.
Because when there's like Oda is like what's the guy Dragon Ball Toriyama walked so that Oda could run in terms of paneling. And Toriyama was like a god at paneling. Like in the original Dragon Ball, like his paneling and like page layout was like chef.
It was foundational to the whole industry.
Yeah. And Oda takes that and is like, yeah, but what if I like turned up the bass? You feel me?
Cause like so the submarine surfaces, and like on like one quarter, on the right quarter, we see them like get up, and like Law does his whole like room, and then we got like a couple of different like sight lines and this and that. And there's like so much going on. It's very hectic, and it really gives us the moment, like the feeling of like it's really just a moment. And the middle, where like we like zoom in on the target, everything's so focused, and then the 2 separate panels on the left of the rocks falling, that it's so nice.
Yeah. And even in that middle panel, like Law opens the room, uses his sword to chop off like the rocks, and then when he uses fucking Chambers, like boop, the middle panel is like the slash of his sword, almost like coming down.
Yeah.
And you just see the pop, and then they like switch places, and it's like, oh, this is so fucking good.
Dude, and like just as they came, they're gone.
Yeah, close the hatch, we're going back under. Glub, 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 glub. But, they fucking land on Onigashima. And I also want to bring up really quick, so, like, Law is just like, oh, like, being all edgy this whole time, like, fucking samurai, get off my ship, I don't like you guys.
He goes with them.
He goes with them, and I love Kiku on the previous page. We are ready for battle, Sir Trophy. It's the same thing that Luffy calls him. She just like... She's so cute.
Love this edgy boy.
Yeah.
And they get to the snowy side of Onigashima, because Onigashima's got fucked seasons too. And Law's talking about entrances and like how to get to Kaido, this and that. Like, oh, like what about the plan? And then we hear like complaining. It's like, oh, hey, wait, be a bit more careful. Beggars can be choosers. And then from fucking heaven, Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield. And the joke can now be made. Garfield with gun. We get Inuarashi and fucking Odie looking up. Marco, you haven't changed a bit. So you carried him over? He's like, yeah, and I'm beat. I just flew in and boy are my arms tired.
No.
Yeah. We can reminisce later. I spotted a strange shadow at sea earlier. I'm going to check it out, which is like, oh,
that's Perorin.
Yeah. Which I'm like, no, Marco, Daddy, stay, please. Like, I want to see more of you. Don't waste your time with.
Please.
Yeah, I don't like Peroin. I don't like him, so please don't go. But he's going anyways.
And don't Oscar even the fight either, because I want to see more of Marco, but I want to see less of Perorin.
Yeah. But we see the reunion of everybody. You're so big now, Garfield. It's like, oh, do I doubt my eyes? And oh, it's so cute.
Dude, Kiku starts like, crying.
Starts crying, and it's like, that's right. I didn't mention it earlier. Izo, Marco said he knew where to find him, so we went to go pick him up. And Izo, looking fresh as fuck, got a scar over his eye. I assume from the payback war.
Probably.
But oh, this panel of Kiku like crying, like, brother. Just look at you now, Kiku. You've turned into a great samurai. And I wish we would have gotten a zoom in panel of that hug, but
dude, it's so touching. Cause like it's been 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, you think about it, like it's been like 30 years or something. It's been a while since Izo has been back on Wano, so already this is like crazy for him. But it's been like 20 years since they've seen each other. And
Dude.
It's just like, damn, bro. Like, oh, it's so good. I'm so happy. I can't wait for the double page spread of both of them fighting against somebody. Because they're gonna fight against somebody, and Kiku's gonna have the mask. And if y'all have played, if y'all were there for Modern Warfare 2, then you know about pre-patch Model 1887s with the Akimbo perk. And that's what Izo is. Izo.
Dude, it's like absolutely wild. But like real quick, let's talk about Garfield being a Digimon now.
Yeah, let's talk about Garfield with gun. Because we made the joke. It's like, oh, haha, Garfield with gun.
But John took it further.
It's an ongoing joke, like just like, oh, haha, give this character a gun. Funny. Oda like read someone's letter, like, I think it'd be cool if Nekomamushi had a gun. And he was like, and somebody was making a joke, like, oh, haha, he's gonna read it. And Oda read that and was legit like, fuck. And I want to believe that in all of his, like, he went into his binder of, like, story elements, and every time there's a mention of Inuarashi, he just wrote, like, or Nekomamushi, like, give gun hand. And, like, the hand that got cut off by Jack has been replaced with a, like, double-barreled gun.
It's so wild. Like, it's straight up, like, you know how Terriermon... He digivolves into Terriermon, but with Gatling gun hands and jorts.
Yeah, that's what just happened.
It's so good.
Nekomamushi, fucking Garfield digivolved into Garfield with gun.
I'm hyped for it.
Digivolve too. Metal Garfield.
Honestly, Galaxy Brain. But
Galaxy
we're
fucking brain.
we're in the castle, and we got Kaido. Oh, where's Linlin? Fucking, he sounds like a boomer. It's so funny. In my brain, he sounds like a boomer, I should say.
Yeah.
And like Bao Huang is like, oh, she's on her way now. And Kaido's like making a little bit of stinker. It's like, oh, you should have told me earlier. And Bao Huang's
I
like,
love Bao Huang.
tee hee.
Whoops, sorry.
And the keynote presentation by Ye Old Bastard is interrupted by Kaido and the Calamities.
He's still fucking going. And he's just like, this shitbag was still going with the presentation, and Kaido was like, kicked open the door. Hey, everybody.
Before he walks out, he says like, oh, we'll make the announcement with the execution.
Yeah.
And, people see him, and Orochi's like, he's like, why are you on stage with me looking ass? And
yeah.
Kaido says, I'm going to liven up the execution of this tedious brat with an announcement that might catch your attention. Listen up, I'm going to explain the new Onigashima project, which...
yeah.
What?
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't get it, bro. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be referencing. He asked where Big Mom was, so I'm assuming Big Mom has some part to play in this plan.
Yeah, some people before had mentioned, and I believe some people still do believe that the announcement might have had something to do with the alliance, or with some marriage between Kaido child, between Yamato and some random Charlotte, one of the 184.
But this is crazy,
dude. I don't even want to speculate, because I just don't. Mind empty, only gay.
Yeah. This panel, this double page spread of these fucking monsters,
these units
towering.
No one says that
and
anymore.
Orochi is fucking huge, and they're all towering over him. And Kiadimundi's like, fuck, dude.
How does it make you feel that Kiadimundi's head is just as big as
Kaido's whole ass fist?
Oh, dude.
Momo too. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Kaido could grab Kiadimundi's head and
like a damn basketball.
Yeah. That's some good shit. No, but the real reason why we're fucking here, let's not even mince our fucking words.
Yeah.
Attic space inside the castle. Okay, you get 5 minutes. Okay. One day I told my father I want to be Kozuki Oden, and he clobbered me for it. Why are you telling me this? I was there 20 years ago at Oden's execution. I witnessed the hour of legends. You'll never see a greater samurai, and Orochi and my father killed him. I was mortified, but even more than that, I was inspired. I couldn't stop crying. The emotions were so powerful. Mind you, Yamato is shaking Luffy at this point.
And Luffy's trying to be stoic and just not show it. But
I imagine
he's made of rubber. How did that happen?
Yes,
boing, boing,
yes.
boing, boing, boing.
I imagine the it's so exaggerated because of the rubber, the rubber man. After that, I found Kozuki Oden's voyage journal in Kuri. It is my Bible. Which, first off,
Bible.
Yes, I want to touch on that when I'll finish reading up this, and I want to touch on that. And my father and his crew don't know this journal exists. His grand adventurous life and very important things are written in here. And it's like, and now the Akazaya samurai are dead. Someone else has to carry on Oden's will. That's why I chose to open this country to the world. I want to fight on your side. And we get Yamato's reveal. And it's like, oh, fuck, Yamato's hot. And also, Kaido's daughter, self-styled Kozuki Oden Yamato. And even Luffy's like, what? You said son, right? Well, Kozuki Oden was a man, wasn't he? So I chose to be a man too. I can tell you are very strong, and you haven't even tried your hardest. You remind me of Ace.
Dude.
Next chapter, July 19th. Bruh. fight a soundboard. Bruh, 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 bruh.
Yeah, honestly. Like, there's so much hype with... So, like, I'm glad that, like, all the, like, theories, that the bunk-ass theories were, like, disputed, and it, like, Yamato is just the ultimate otaku. Yamato is kinning, actually.
Yeah. I see, because I saw people, there was evidence that, like, you could see the same clothing and the same character, just not explicitly shown face or anything. You could see the same clothing and the same character and the same costume at the execution of Oden.
Yeah.
But we didn't know, like, who or what that was. And I loved the small brain take of, like, people saw the same clothing as Oden. They're just like, oh, that's Oden. Mind you, this is coming from the same people that constantly bitch about, like, or
Pound being alive.
yeah, Pound not dying ruins the integrity of the entire story of One Piece. And it's like, dog, like,
It ain't that
look,
deep.
Look, I'm a meme about Pound D Pussy till the day I die. His scene was fucking, like, heart-wrenching in Whole Cake Island. I don't give a fuck about Pound in the greater story of things. He's not a character that's going to reveal the One Piece. So
He doesn't have, like, the final road poneglyph or some shit.
yeah, him being alive again, like, just for a gag and the opening is like, okay, like, I could still read that scene and nothing of value's lost, and then I could read the canon, like, opening story that's, like, probably very loosely gonna tie into the story later on. It's like, okay, like, I don't mind him being alive for this. Like, that's okay.
It's
that's
a gift.
cool. Yeah. Now, these people that are like, oh, what if it's, like, time traveled and it's actually Oden? Or the same people that are like, oh, what if Toki's still alive? It's like, okay, now you're the stupid one, and I hate you, because that would actually ruin the entire fucking story that you were worried that Pell and Pound would. Like,
So a lot of people don't pick and choose their fights.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so I actually, for the first time in a while, I got spoiled because, like, someone saw spoilers, and, like, I was going through, like, a thread of One Piece, and someone had an icon, and their, like, username was, like, Yamato something something, and I was like, oh shit, is that Yamato? Fuck, he's hot. But I didn't see his, like, chest. Like, Yamato has boobs. Like, we can see that. We see that.
Yamato has horns and tits and looks an awful lot like Black Maria.
Yes. It's makes you think. I feel like it's pretty obvious because, like, the way his hair texture is, it, like, it starts there and it becomes Kaido, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, you know, even without, like, reading the chapter, I got very, like, Rengoku vibes from Yamato. Yeah, Rengoku from Demon Slayer, the fire guy. Cuz like he's like very, like, he's not very masculine in any way. He's kind of just cute and bubbly, like, boy, but he's also very, like, shonen protag kind of like energy. So that's the vibe that I, like, still do get from Yamato.
Yeah. But they're Yamato fucking cool. There's been a lot of discourse about Yamato.
But before we get to that,
just
want to point out that I'm pretty sure Yamato was fighting Ace.
Yeah.
A lot of people
talk
think
about that. I'm very interested in this because Yamato himself says, you remind me a lot, or you reminded me of Ace.
And the battle line earlier.
And the line earlier, where it's like, this reminds me of a battle. You had said in Japanese, it's sort of...
It was still ambiguous. We didn't get a person's name, but it was more like, you know, you could maybe say, like, based on the English, that it was like Ace versus Kaido, or Ace versus fucking whoever.
Yeah.
But the way it was worded, it made it seem like there was no, like, oh, I fought this person, because in Japanese you can often omit, like, your own subject from the sentence, but it gave me a feel that it was Yamato fighting this mystery person who, if Luffy is reminding him of Ace, then it's probably Ace.
Yeah. It's real fucking good. I want to see more of this flashback with. I hope we get a flashback. I think we have to at this point.
We need a flashback.
Yamato and like what actually happened with Ace on Wano.
Like,
because if you remember
Yamato
when Ace
with Oden
landed,
would also be cool. But yeah.
I mean, I want to get a Yamato flashback now to see what happened with Ace and then Yamato's point of view of the execution.
Yeah.
But the Ace stuff is interesting because Ace appeared on Wano. When Ace showed up in Wano, at this point, the execution happened out like, how many years ago? Yamato, like, the island would have already been under Kaido's control.
Right.
But Ace, when he appeared on Wano, he wasn't part of Whitebeard's crew. He was still his own independent. He was the Spade Pirates. So I would like to see what the fuck happened. I've seen a lot of people thinking like, well, maybe Ace was almost recruited to Kaido's crew.
I can see that because he's always looking for powerful people.
Yeah, and especially if he fought Yamato, and then Yamato having a connection to Ace, that sort of makes me. This is more of like a greater like no basis crack theory, but like in Marineford, we were told that Kaido was heading towards Marineford. Like, oh, Kaido's ships are heading towards Marineford. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, Kaido's trying to get there, and then Shanks interfered and stopped. I saw some people bring up the idea that, like, maybe it was Yamato using one of Kaido's ships, or using, like, an army, like, using a part of Kaido's ships. Maybe Yamato was trying to get to Marineford to, like, save Ace or something. Because Yamato obviously knows what's going on in the greater world. I mean,
right? Like, basis, like he's Kaido's son. Like, based on the position,
he would get outside information.
Tap me in, coach.
It's real fucking good. But yeah, Yamato, him, you're in.
Okay, usual disclaimers. I'm somewhat biased. I'm transgender, technically agender. Under the same umbrella, I use they, them pronouns, blah, blah. You've been here before, unless this is your first time, in which case, hello, welcome, I'm Franz, agender, they, them, blah, blah. That being said, I'm not a trans man. Like, I was not born female, went to male. Therefore, like, I do not have, like, a full depth of, like, experience, but there is some shared overlap experience. Transgenderism, blah, blah. So, yeah, a lot of people in the whole One Piece community, like, be it Twitter, Reddit, Japanese Twitter, just the whole dang thing, everyone's going around being like, she, her. And this, like, is it an issue? Kind of. Like, because it can be confusing, because Oda, the last thing he wrote, the last bit of ink he used for words, was to say that it is Kaido's daughter.
Self-styled Kozuki Oden.
Right. But for 5 chapters, it, like, even Kaido's been my son, my son. In Japanese, his lackeys have been saying Botchan, which is something you'd refer to, like, a mafia boss's son. So, like, everyone's been saying son, son, son. And even, like, Yamato says, I chose to be a man. Like, okay. This gets into, like, LGBT, like, philosophics and whatever, but to put it as concisely as I humanly can.
Yeah.
A lot of people have this born this way mentality. Thank you, Lady Gaga. But it's kind of outdated. Because if you think about it, so I'm transgender. I have a choice in this. I could I have a choice to A, live my life as a man, kind of be unsatisfied with that, or B, live my life as an amorphous blob devoid of gender and be a little more happy based on that. Like, my choice is me putting myself in a different, like, spot. So, given that Yamato has said, I chose to be a man, I think the move is to just go he, him.
Yeah. And especially, okay, I saw a lot of discourse about this too. Everybody was like, okay, it's biologically she was born, female. But, like, I feel like this is Oda, Greg from the One Piece magazine in Japan posted like an article about the Yamato Nadeshiko, and it's like this, it's a flower like in Japanese, and it's like the name of it is like referential to like like the idealized woman and like the idealized Japanese woman. And I really think that Oda is taking that and like subverting it to be like, yeah, this is the Yamato Nadeshiko, like she wants to be Kozuki Oden. Like
it'd be really funny to see that.
He wants to be a man.
Because like, so besides like him wanting to be a man, like the idealized archaic vision of like a Japanese woman is like 4'10", like has skin the color of Casper the Ghost, has never had UV touch her skin ever, and is very like teehee whatever, has no muscle tone. Like, well, we always have to wait for like color schemes and this and that. Yeah. But if it would be like a whole like spit in the face of the whole like Nadeshiko concept, if Yamato was like not only just a man, but he's clearly muscular here.
Yeah.
If he was like somewhat tan and like he's not, his mannerisms aren't particularly rude or anything, but they're very forward. And that's very like counterintuitive to the like Nadeshiko concept. So like Oda's really like taking it and just doing the whole opposite with it.
Yeah, the 180 with it, which is cool.
I enjoy it. And there's also some parallel between Yamato here and Yamato Takeru. I've talked about it before. The whole like legend having to do with the sword that comes out of Orochi. Yamato Takeru cross dresses. It's a reference, but it's not like perfect 1-to-1 because transgender is not equal to cross dressing.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
it's messy, but there's like
modern definitions. It gets messy, but it's the connection is there somewhat.
Right. Yeah. We can see it.
Yeah, I will say that I guess just a message to our community. Our community is good about it, but the One Piece community in general, it's like I see a lot of people like constantly misgendering these characters, like quite literally. Like it's not just like it's in a way that's like antagonizing, like like just to be like edgy or whatever. And it's like, okay, my thing is, all these people, I'm about to dunk on them. All these people still want to read the fucking scanlations. I have to unfollow all these people on YouTube because I keep almost getting fucking spoiled on Thursday when the chapter comes out on Sunday, but whatever. They strive, they want the fucking fan translations because for some reason those are better. And they want like the actual fucking Japanese shit. And it's like, bro, like in the actual Japanese shit, every character refers to Kiku as her. Oda writes the story so that every character refers to Kiku as her. Oda writes the story so that everybody in Kaido's army refers to Yamato as his son, he, him. Like, it's not an issue. These people are making it an issue.
Yeah.
It's literally, you know what it is? It's the kid on the bicycle that sticks the stick in his own front wheel and then complains. The stick is like
trans people.
Yeah, trans people, or like politics in One Piece. Or like trans people, and the bike is One Piece. And then they stick it in their own thing and crash the bike, and then they're like, wow, fucking Oda. And it's like, no. Or like, wow, like,
fucking Viz, or like, whatever.
Fucking Viz. And it's like, no, like, in the original Japanese, like, in the actual canon version, like, the original Japanese, the way Oda wrote it, Kaido refers to Yamato as his son. And I don't want to hear these small brain takes of like, okay, maybe the army, maybe some of the people, the gifters, have never seen Yamato's real face. Do you expect me to believe that Kaido has never actually seen his own child's face, his own biological child's face? Do you think he wasn't there when his daughter was initially born? Like, you fucking, how fucking small brain do you have to be to, like, jump through all these hoops just to, like, use the wrong pronouns? It, like, at the simplest level, it doesn't fucking hurt anybody to just call Yamato he, him. Like, it doesn't fucking, like, if I'm to boil this down to make it so that the dumbest fucking troglodyte can understand this, if Yamato said, if we got an Oda box that said Yamato, and Yamato in the next panel said, I want to be called Bumblefuck. That's the name I want to be called. Then I'm calling him Bumblefuck because he just said his name is Bumblefuck. Like, it doesn't, like, if somebody tells you a nickname, like, if you meet somebody for the first time, it happens all the time at work. Like, I get a new person, they're like, oh, I want, like, my nickname is Chris or something. Okay, I call you Chris. Christine, they want to be called Chris.
No questions asked.
There is no questions asked.
If your birth name is Daniel and you want to be called Tony, you know, that's on you.
That hits very close to home, but yeah. We do that.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of thing. And I just want people, like, look, guys, it doesn't fucking hurt. Like, yeah, okay, obviously, is there going to be some confusion? There is some confusion with this.
We're already confused. Like,
yeah, sure.
Confusion's okay.
Yeah, confusion is okay. It's when you get past the confusion and you make the choice to purposefully do it, that's when it becomes an issue. And it's not an issue with the story. The story is telling you that everybody... The canon story in the Japanese is, like, telling you that these characters are referred to in this way. It's if you're doing it on purpose... Like,
all the Bochans, all the sons, all the this, all the that. We have, like, so much evidence that I choose to be a man. And literally everyone going around she/her has the point of boobies and daughter that was used once. Yeah. Like, there's evidence here, y'all. I have a hot take about people who are, like, insistently like she/her. So no crack theory, just hyper hot take. It's very spicy.
Oh shit. Do you want to do it now?
I complete, like, in my brain I said down? Like in my brain I said, oh, sign us off. But I didn't vocalize that. Oops.
Oh jeez. Yeah. Look, man. All I gotta say, Yamato chooses to be a man and is also hot. I don't give. It doesn't fucking matter, guys. Like, who gives a fuck? Yamato Bumblefuck, self-styled Bumblefuck. That's where we're gonna end this episode.
I mean, taking after Oden.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh my god. I know you said no crack theory, but I'm gonna get mine out before you give your hot take.
Okay.
What's the guy from? Oh my god, I forget his name. Yamato, Kaido's daughter, self-styled John Arbuckle. It all comes back, baby. That's gonna wrap it up for us this week. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media. We are at Paramecia Cast on Twitter, Paramecia Fancast everywhere else. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us on YouTube, Paramecia Fancast on YouTube as well. The episodes are uploaded every single week to parameciafancast.libsyn.com if you want that direct download. As soon as they're uploaded to Libsyn, they're sent to every other podcatcher in existence: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, the main ones, but like Stitcher,
the works,
iHeartRadio, all of them. Like, you could search our podcast and it's like random fucking websites that we get our, like, just that get our RSS feed, which is cool. So anywhere you want to listen to us, we're there. Episodes go up every single week on there. They'll also be uploaded to YouTube every single week following the official release. If it is like a day or two late, sometimes don't kill me. YouTube likes to stay on video processing for literal hours on end, and then I have to go to work and I shut off my computer, and then it's like, oh haha, well, it wasn't actually processing, fuck you. So yeah, YouTube. But you know, all that good jazz. You know where to find us. Paramecia Flower Capital is our Discord. The permanent invite link is in all of our social media. It's in the pinned tweet of our Twitter as well as our Twitter description. We've had a lot of people join as of late. It's been really good. This chapter in particular was like really, everyone was getting so fucking hyped for Yamato. Really fucking good. Follow us on there. We got a good community there. And that's about it. Let me hear this hot take because I want to fucking get hype.
It's really spicy. I'm coming in hot.
Oh shit.
So all these people insisting after discoursing and insisting on the she her are out here like not wanting to possibly concede to the fact that they might be a little bit gay. Cause, you know, Yamato's a man. He says he's a man. You know, no matter, everyone says he's a man. Yamato's a man. If you like a man sexually, even if he has boobies, it's a little gay. So there's people out there trying to like they basically got their fingers in their ears. They're going like, I can't hear you, I can't hear you.
I can't
yelling
hear you,
she, her, she, her.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to like possibly concede with the fact that, you know, like sexuality is not that like black and white.
Yeah.
You know? So it's hurting some people's egos.
Yeah. Guys,
it might be a straw man. I don't know. But he's hot.
Look, it's probably a straw man. Yamato's hot. Yamato got some big honkers. And you know what? I'm glad Yamato has big honkers. I'm glad we have a male character with big honkers.
Damn. The horns too, though?
Damn.
Like, honestly, Yamato's just like good character design. Yamato's just sick as fuck, actually.
Yeah, that's the end of the episode. Yamato's just sick as fuck.